Hello, John.
Hello.
Very nice to have you here. Hope you enjoy beautiful Menorca.
Yeah, Menorca is a very lovely place.
Yeah, we really liked your interview. It was very nice.
My interview, my presentation, right? Yeah.
And we have some questions. The first one is: how do you believe chess can contribute to the cognitive and emotional development of students in educational setting?
Wow, that's a big question, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I mean, first of all, my position on this is that chess is quite a challenging game, and that there's a lot to be said for having games which are somewhat simpler than chess, and that students can lead up to chess. So, in answering you, I would say that I'm more concerned about games in general rather than just chess. But as far as games games in general are concerned, then I think that students very much enjoy playing games. It makes them happy. They're socializing when they're playing games, gives them confidence, social confidence. They engage in activities which they wouldn't otherwise do, like playing against other schools, maybe a chess camp could be another example. So all of that is giving them experiences which they wouldn't otherwise get. And even during their classes, they very much enjoy the socializing aspect of it. In fact, sometimes it's rather difficult to get them to play the games because they're socializing so much. Now, I don't know if it's a bad thing that they should socialize, but I always feel a certain obligation that if it's a chess class, then I should at least get them, somewhere near the chess table. So, in terms of the social aspects, it's pretty clear that they are benefiting a lot, at least in the primary schools that I deal with. As far as their cognitive development is concerned, there are many aspects of this, but I think just by playing a game, already they're having to think for themselves. Learning a game is a challenging experience, and I think that gives them another kind of increase in their confidence. And once they start to actually play chess and understand it a little bit better and start to ask questions and analyze, then I think they're on the road to getting cognitive development. So, yeah, I mean, it's part of the overall wonder and benefit of chess and games.
Thank you. Very interesting answer. So, from your perspective,
Yeah.
what challenges does the promotion of chess face in the educational system and health domains, and what strategy do you propose to overcome?
Well, there are two questions there. One is about the education sector, one is about the health sector. I have much more knowledge about the education sector. There are different types of challenge. One big challenge is that there aren't resources to pay for teachers specializing in chess, or even to convert regular teachers with professional development to get them in to be able to teach chess. Or even other games too, which perhaps not as demanding as chess, but they will still require professional development, because I think the teaching of games is a special activity and people should really receive some sort of training in how to do that in order to do a proper job. So first is resources. Secondly, I think we just lack enough people with the skills, teachers who've got the confidence and skills to be able to teach the games. I think there's this other issue that a lot of people don't really know what chess is about. I think it is about winning and being clever and smart and all that. But I'd like to think that it's about giving every child in the class the opportunity to be creative, to be problem solving, to interact with others. And I think this is an important aspect which isn't really covered enough. So, and partly that's also down to parental expectation, because a lot of parents, like the teachers, think it's a kind of competitive game. And I think that don't really understand that you can do a lot more with chess as a general domain. So that's on the education side. On the health side, I have one interesting project at the moment, which is every last Wednesday in a month, I run a chess event, chess blitz tournament, in a church in where I live, Kingston. And the people attending that tend to be men of a certain age, 60 plus, right? And retired, and they enjoy coming out. And they're not necessarily players. They might have been players when they were younger, but anyway, they like to play. And so this Wednesday, apart from the playing of chess, we have a visitor, somebody from a charity outreach specializing in prostate cancer. They're going to come and give a talk to all of the men about prostate cancer, because they need to get to the men, because the men might go to them. So they need to go where the men are, and a nice little grouping of men, I think, is a helpful gesture, you know. So that's an example about how chess can be indirectly assisting in the health field.
Very nice. Okay, for the last question, how can healthcare professionals incorporate chess into interventional prevention programs to promote mental well-being?
Well, I'll start by saying I learned chess in hospital, because when I was young, I had my appendectomy, and that you had to stay in hospital for a week in those days, and there wasn't much to do. But with the boy in the bed next to me, he taught me how to play chess. That's why I learned to play. So I was recovering, I was recuperating, and that's why I learned to play chess. So that's how it all started, you could say. It's I think that having games in hospitals is really important. Anyway, I have a colleague at my club. He runs regular therapy sessions using chess. So there's a lot of people. They're not really chess players necessarily. We wouldn't classify them that, but they will get together and have a game of chess between them and just talk about things. So it can be a kind of a focal point, even though that's not the main purpose. But they can talk about that. But really, they're just getting out of the house. They are interacting with others, sharing their stories about do they take their medication, that type of thing. So I think there are many ways in which it can be done. I've got personal experience of a couple of ways like that.
Thank you so much. It was very great to have you in this interview.
Okay, right. I hope that was good enough for you.